Today's video is all about what 401k Masters can do for you. And it really came out of a need that we had to help our clients who wanted more advice on what to do with their 401k. Matthew and I have had so much fun helping people get those answers and get the advice that they're looking for. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the 401k Masters approach, how it helps in good times like we have right now in the market, and then also how it can play defense later on. So as we think about some of the things that we're seeing in the markets and how good these markets are, how does 401k Masters help a member with that?
Oh, it helps a member incredibly, because what 401k Masters is really going to do for our members is it's really going to take a look at the specific holdings inside of your 401k plan. And then based on our research, we're going to help you every single quarter figure out exactly which fund options you need to own to best take advantage of these markets that are doing incredibly well right now. Now, we all know that what goes up must eventually come down. So with this advice that you're going to be receiving on a quarter-by-quarter basis, what we're also going to do is help you transition to a more defensive strategy, potentially moving some of your 401k money to cash when markets aren't performing as well.
So when markets are good like right now, give us an example of what's a move that we might suggest in a particular quarter when we're looking at the 36 different subcomponents of our research.
Well, you just mentioned it, Jim. Our research is tracking 36 different categories or asset classes. So we're looking at basically every single place you could possibly invest your money in the entire investment universe across the globe. And one of the things our research told us early in the year 2014 was that we needed to be away from the small and mid-sized companies as well as the international companies. So in the first quarter's memo that we sent out, or the first quarter advice piece that we sent out to members, we advised them to move money away from those categories and into what we would call the big company stock categories. Things like the John Deeres and the Microsofts and the IBMs and all the biggest companies here in the United States. And fortunately for us, our research paid off because those were the companies that were actually performing quite well throughout the year, and how our members were able to take advantage of this wonderful market that we've had. Because you see, it's not all asset classes and all areas of the market that are going to do well at the same time. So our research is going to try to identify those specific areas that are going to be doing the best based on what has done the best.
Right.
Now, of course, there's no guarantee that that can happen. We can never guarantee future performance based on what's happening, but we're trying to assign certain probabilities and make our investment recommendations to help you best benefit from what's been positively trending.
And we know that most of our members, this isn't what you want to be spending your time on. There's so many other things you'd rather be doing, and these little micro sections of the market, granted you're buying mutual funds inside of your company 401k plan, and we're giving you the turn-by-turn directions on exactly which of those funds we think this quarter you should be in. They may be very different in the next quarter. So the thing about 401k Masters is that it can help you transition from what parts of the market, when markets are good, that you should be in, to different components of the market while the market is still performing well, and then also when things change and the market's not doing so well, play that defense and help you move more to bonds, move more to cash, that kind of a transition.
Absolutely.
The old analogy that comes to mind is, you've got a beautiful garden, but not all the flowers are in bloom at the same time, right? Certain plants, certain flowers are in bloom at different times. That's where we're trying to help you redirect a portion of your money to take advantage of those markets when they're good. When the markets aren't so good, we're going to transition out of that and play more defense, which is either going to be cash or bonds, or something along those lines.
Absolutely. And what I really think, in addition to giving people the advice they really need, is that we've made this thing really simple. We've created this online GPS-like tool that's going to empower you as a 401k investor who really doesn't have the time or the patience to sit down
or the interest.
Or the interest, for that matter, you're right, to really sit down and analyze the different choices inside of the 401k plan. So this online GPS tool is going to empower that person to kind of pick their head up 4 times a year and actually take charge of what's going on, because we're giving them the advice. We're telling them exactly what to do. We're making it easy for them.
Talking with our existing members, it's probably right around an hour of your time for the entire year So it's about 15 minutes a quarter that we're asking you to kind of pick your head up, look at the recommendations, contact your fund company, make those changes, and go back to life. Go back to the things that you want to be spending your time on. But now you've got that peace of mind knowing that someone's watching out for you. Someone is spending the time and the money and the effort to look at the research, look at the trends that are going on in the markets, and help advise you in your specific situation on exactly what you ought to be doing. It could be very different than your colleague. It could be very different than your neighbor. And that's where the importance of the customized advice and the systematic approach that we take every quarter looking at it is so incredibly important.
The easiest way to get started is to actually visit our website, which you're probably watching this video on right now. On the home page of our website is a big orange button that says, "Yes, I'm ready." Jim and I spent a lot of time putting together a free educational video series that's completely complimentary. There's no obligation to watching these videos, and they're going to help you get through kind of a step-by-step process of how you move forward, how you take that first step to really getting your retirement handled. What really motivated us to put these videos together and, in effect, build the entire 401k Masters platform was the idea that retirement's on our shoulders, and it can really be overwhelming to consider doing this on our own. So we've put the tools in place, we've put the advice in place, and really now it's just a matter of helping you take that first step by watching our free educational video series.
And that's a great point, Matt. And if you're ready to get started today, right now, you go to the Enrollment tab, you click on the Enroll Now button, it'll walk you through the whole process, and welcome to 401k Masters.